head, and that's how you get better at Dota, is like starting to think beyond just your own individual game and how your lane works. It's how does the rest of the game work? Where do I need to be? As a carry player, where is it least likely that I'll die while I can still apply pressure? For Rezo, it's going to be this bottom lane area.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot to threaten this Juggernaut. It's pretty much just the Axe. Now, Axe does have a early Blink Dagger. We saw that picked up a little bit earlier.
By the way, DP went for Yules because of the Axe, instead of going for the Axe first. Plus the Slark and the, honestly, it's just really good to go.
Yeah, get rid of the Global Silence. Just a lot of things to help out for.
Sure.
Self-Yules off of CC&C, Yulesing you and trying to set up the Splitter stun.
Look at this. The best part of having your mid tower alive is that you get this leeway, and you can see how badly Forward want to take the enemy mid tower.
Yeah.
They're smoked up. The first reveal of the Axe Blink Dagger, they want it so badly.
The smoke rotation, when you haven't taken the mid tower and you go from one side of the map to the other, like you just have to run down the river area, that feels so terrible, you know?
They're going to take the tower because of the 4 points of the Diabolic Edict. I do like what Fear was doing there, though. He has the right idea. He's like, oh, well, I can't just let 9 get gone on first. Like, I'll be there. But the 4 points of Edict are just way too much.
When do you think J-Storm didn't bring more heroes to defend it?
I'm not sure. I think they're being a little bit greedy with their positioning.
Yeah.
That's part of why I thought they drafted the Legion Commander, not just because of the Dispel of the press the attack, but because you could just overwhelming odds kill the creep wave and make the Leshrac feel really vulnerable.
Instead, they used that time to split up and farm. Everybody was farming at that point, pretty much. And they are going to bring the Legion Commander down here. They do have a Blade Mail. That's a big team fight item, but Forward. Set up position. Fear's going to be able to reveal them on the high ground immediately. Yule's up. Missed the call from Snaking. They are going to be able to get the Ice Path quickly removed by press the attack. Now the Omni Slash on MSS. Bounces over to Pylai. Pylai pops the Global Silence right before he dies, but they have already got the lasso on his Snaking with the X's. Mount Forward just on full retreat at this point. They've already lost 2. And MSS, no Yules up just yet. Yet for 9, so no cancel that TP.
That was such rough communication.
Yeah.
And I think even if they're 5 there, they're not going to win that fight. Their vision is just not that great. On top of the fact that their Slark was still 30 seconds from having a TP up. Like, it's still on cooldown right now if you click him. So if he wasn't ready to fight in that position and he can't easily make it to the shrine, then you shouldn't really be looking for an engagement anyways. What I'd like from J-Storm here is for everyone to commit to this tower and hit it. Last time we saw this same thing happen, they backed up, and this is a good sign that they're learning from their previous games. Even if you don't have DP Exo, just hit the tower, take it down as fast as you can, get it out of the way.
Yules a little bit out of position perhaps. 1437 had his hero over here, and Fear's also going to die as he gets chopped down. That was just odd. Not sure why your supports are the ones kind of being between the enemy and the tower and the rest of the team.
1437 was the one in space. I don't know where he was supposed to be relative to the rest of his team. But
need to beam him back down to Earth then.
Unhit the button. But the overall move is cool. It shows, it's like, you know, it's like I've read a book, and this is like the 3rd book in the series, and you can see the characters evolve. This is J-Storm. They lost the game because they didn't 5-man hit that bottom tier 2 last time.
Yeah. When
they played against Beast Coast. This is what it means to like watch a replay and say like, oh, these are the little things that we didn't do correctly. And it's cool to see improvement like that. Like, you're proud of teams when they do stuff like that. If they made the same mistake again and it was only Rezo and they're all farming jungle and it takes them like 3 minutes to take that tower, that's when you learn like, oh, there are bigger problems with this team than I thought.
Yeah. Bit of a arc of redemption for J-Storm in that one little play. Still cost them their 2 supports, but perhaps they can strike back here. But Fear's just fearlessly running in and dying.
That was, okay, that's twice now where Fear's just been way too far forward. And they've got they've got a double ward here, in fact, just for this movement.
Yeah, they place a fresh ward down here now to get some better vision of that bounty rune area. I mean, you know, that's a, you know what that is? That's a highlight eye play. But Fear's playing a 4 position. I don't think you can just wantonly throw your life away like that.
Hi guys. Pi got his ulti off last time.
Yeah.
Not that it really did too much because they still got like team wipe, but the effort. Oh, mid, the stun. And the ice path.
Catch the Death Prophet. 9 uses his Yules on CC&C.
They know something's
He's got plenty of backup. Yeah, and there's actually pretty tanky 9 point booster double null talismans. He's even got a magic wand he can fit in there.
I think that's the correct call. Just reset a little bit, and they're going to make their way towards bottom again.
Checking back up on Yawar.
Another rule of thumb, by the way, always smoke to your wards. Where you have vision is where you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, look how much deep vision they have on the side of J-Storm. Just really quite beautiful. The first duel win for Moo.
They know for a fact that nobody's down here.
Yeah. But look at this. Really nice, deep wards being placed
Always
out.
smoke to where you've got vision.
Just going to go for the high ground. Oh, I like this. They've got an arcane rune, and we have already talked about how much synergy they have. We actually didn't mention the magic resistance at the start of the draft, but the healing ward that they have on top of the magic resistance,
look at those
like
creeps.
MSS just does nothing to 9.
They're trying to, they don't have an easy way to snipe the healing ward either. And
no.
This is such a quick pace that they've set as forwards. They're going to go for it. Nope.
Yeah, I don't think you can go for that.
That's 3 magic res creeps plus an alpha wolf. That is a really ideal comp.
It's looking nice. Exorcism is going to fade out here, but the team knows it's still strong enough to take this shrine forward. Does not want to fight them just yet. This is very clearly a 4 protect 1, or more like a 4 stall for 1.
Yeah.
Where they're just going to be trying to like take a little team fights, defend some towers, but at the end it's all just trying to stall out for Yawar to come online, who now has his Echo Saber.
What happened to J-Storm? Like, they just woke up on the right side of the bed.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to play fast, aggressive Dota and just fight.
I mean, that's what Grant always says that, right? It's the Grant thing to say, you know, you just have one good day, you're NTI. And maybe J-Storm is having that good day here as they've already taken down Beast Coast, who they lost handedly 2-0 last time.
They got crushed, dude.
They did not look like they were a team who could...
oh, no. They globaled for an illusion. They thought it was the real Jug. The all chats, they're all doing it. They're feeling themselves.
All chat.
I mean, they're still behind in gold. Let's relax, guys. Yawar still having a really good game. So is CCNC.
Yeah, that is surprising to me. They have such a huge tower advantage, having taken a tier 3 and a shrine, that they're down by 1k. That is not really what I would have expected. But
you just farm faster on the side of, like, Leshrac plus Slark is going to farm faster than Jug and DP. Especially a Jug that doesn't have Maelstrom first item.
If they get this Roshan, which Forward knows is happening right now, just not sure if they can contest it. Yawar is going to join for this fight. He knows that this fight is too important to give up and let them do it by 4, but Roshan's about to fall. They do have the Macro Pyre out. Resolution is going to spin to make sure he picks up the Aegis. No stuns out.
Gets it.
They do manage to get a duel onto the Slark, and Slark's dead just like that. Yawar took all that time to farm. His very first fight, he shows up and he grants a dual kill. Oh, what a stun from CCNC. They do manage to get a beautiful call. Culling Blade onto 1, but the rest of the heroes, they heal up so quickly. And now it's Snake King who's going to die. Fortunately, CCNC and all his movement speed was able to get out of there. But 3 buybacks, and J-Storm honestly don't look like they would lose a fight, even still.
And that's a weird position to triple buyback. The only reason you triple buyback there is if it's going to push the fight in a certain direction, or if Roshan was still up.
Yeah.
That was a panic. Oh god, like we need to do something about this. And as a result, now the gold lead going to swing pretty heavily in favor of J-Storm, up 2k now.
I mean, Yawar, like, getting dueled like that.
He was
also the first one to buy back, which probably incentivized MSS and Pilot Die to do the same.
I feel like that's one of those, I made a mistake, I need to rectify this mistake buybacks. And as a result, he's going to die back, or just die, and buyback, sorry. And now his item progression is like really slowed out.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't even a Legion with Blink Dagger or anything. Moo's just straight up gone for the build that he always goes when he's not Timbersaw, which is one small item bracer into Solar Crest. If he's Beastmaster, it's Vlad's. If he's Spirit Breaker, it's Blade Mail.
Yeah. And apparently when it's Legion Commander, it's also Blade Mail. And why not? You're facing up against a Leshrac and a Slark. Really value Blade Mail game.
I still think that Forward can win, but not like this right now. They've got to set up their fights better.
They're going to try and draw him to catch him, but that's not going to happen.
Big item pickup about to happen on the Juggernaut as Rezo's about to pick up his Maelstrom. And this is also a different Rezo than the one we saw yesterday. The one we saw yesterday was like not spinning and TPing out, so he's getting his TPs canceled. Remember the amount of times that Centaur Blink called him when he had Rage Up? Yeah. And that was probably the roughest performance I've seen. I saw a lot of people call him trash. I mean, honestly, he played pretty badly, but
yeah. Nothing happens in the, like, them trying to get inside the Roshan pit, but I do appreciate him just, like, safety spinning to pick up the Aegis. Like, just stuff like that. Like,
He's being more cautious.
Yeah, exactly.
Oftentimes what it is about a professional player is like you do the extra step. Not because it's easy, but because it's the right thing to do.
CCNC, as well as Snaking, you could see what's on their mind right now. Oh God, we can't fight them. I hope they don't go high ground, and I'm gonna try and incentivize them not to go high ground. We're gonna go split push, we're gonna push in the other lanes, we're gonna try and take some towers as quick as possible, and just get as much gold before J-Storm may just go all in.
I mean, I think this is their strongest item timing. They're not waiting for any other items. They've got Maelstrom on Jug, they've got Axe on DP. They've already taken a tier 3 tower mid, and Nine's gonna pop his ulti for this too. If you're forward, you've got to do something. They're gonna go for the split push. Yawar hitting bottom, but Glyph's been popped already. This team's gonna have to do this 4v5 for the time being.
It's all up to this initiation from Snaking. CCNC is gonna try and make some sort of plays, see if he can get the enemy team to group up somehow, but Resolution and 9, they're the only two together, and honestly, they look indestructible with that healing ward. It's almost down, though, in 3 seconds' time. Snaking tries to approach, immediately gets Yule Sceptered, and is going to have to take a step backwards. The melee barracks has fallen. The tier 2 at bottom lane is already dead. The tier 3, they have to be able to chase at this point. That's where Snaking makes the initiation, but CCNC in trouble. He uses himself, but the Omni Slash bounce over to Snaking, and now he's going to be caught by 9. Silence goes out from the Silencer, but it's a bit too late. They've already lost the fight. They do have some buybacks, but they need to still get back as Yawar has brought that tier 3 down to about half, but well worth the concessions as Forward have lost several heroes, lost the tier 3 and a melee barracks.
This is a pace to be setting. Like, they're reading the game really well now. They're like, we have all our items. It doesn't matter. Oftentimes you wait for the second Aegis to appear to make that kind of move.
Yeah.
But they've already claimed the majority of the tier 2 towers, and they hit all their item timings. That's the big part. You're not waiting for a Maelstrom on Jug. He's got his DPS item. You saw how well it did there against the Axe. You've just picked up your Aghanim Scepter on 9. You've got your Solar Crest on Legion. This is the time, if any, to go.
And I honestly don't know how Yawar, like, even as he picks up items, you have a Blink Dagger now on Batrider, and I would still kind of be down if Moo went back for a Blink Dagger. Maybe he's going to go BKB or something.
I think actually the way you do it is you just continue to brute force them.
Oh, okay.
But I think that what makes a good Slark game is when you're able to just constantly hit and you don't have to be that worried about it.
Yeah.
In this game, there's so many different factors he's got to worry about. There's the silence from the DP. He has no way to dispel that. As far as I know, nope. Unless he hits the Dark Pact timing at the right time. There's the duel, which nothing but your ulti really stops. Yeah. It's hard for him to just get in the front line and do whatever he feels like.
So in that case, you're okay with the Blink Dagger on Moo because it threatens the Slark enough.
I mean,
that
I thought he could have just gone for
free swinging.
I feel like he could have just gone for some sort of build that allows him to like run in and fight. But getting a Blink Dagger and getting to the backline is never a bad idea either.
And honestly, they already have 2 heroes that are like very frontline in Juggernaut and 9. We saw the way they pushed that last fight. The sentries dropped there. Yawar.
They don't have global. They've got
vision for a second.
I don't think you fight without global, but J-Storm will just go for it again. They've got Mech now on 1437, who seconds ago was like the poorest person I've ever seen, but with all these towers, he's just got a cornucopia of things flowing in. You've got a Mjolnir.
Just look at all these auras.
I feel like they've hit their next item timing. The only thing that they're concerned about right now is the Aegis. And if you're forward, and the amount of moves that you have to make are pretty limited. You realistically get one really good fight, and you can turn things around. But I just don't know how you set that up with the support duo that you have. MSS is a very good 4 player, but you sort of hamstring them by putting on a hero like Jakiro.
If Shiva's coming in very soon for J-Storm.
I would have much rather seen him on some sort of hero that can just straight up initiate or take a farm.
Yeah.
Like a kill threat.
Right. Yuar's gonna go out for the split push again, trying to relieve the pressure from top lane. Melee barracks going down. But J-Storm, I mean, there's no rush at this point. They're so far ahead of schedule. They can take this tier 2. They can wait out the Shivas, wait out for the second Roshan if they want. Because again, even as the Slark gets Scotty, there's still that big threat of these near instant initiations of Duel and the Blink Lasso.
He needs like Scotty, Lincoln's, and then a DPS item, and after that he'll feel comfortable fighting.
Yeah.
But before that point, it's so scary for him at all times. Like his entire toolkit, you don't want to have to use the Slark ult just to initiate fights. You want to be able to use it to play like the margins for your HP. Right. But right now against the Batrider and the Legion, that's sort of what you have to do.
Resolution building up for the Scotty. Completed the Mjolnir, because again, just a lot of little instances of damage that can spark. In fact, almost everybody, yeah, in fact, everyone is putting out some small little bits of damage constantly. So that can be a lot of lightning procs in this game.
Oh man, what a meta where it's 28 minutes in and your creeps that you're going to grab are still the Centaur Coursers and the Hellbears.
Yeah, this is pretty wild.
That's something.
10% magic resistance for each one of these for the heroes. The creeps are nigh indestructible themselves against a lot of this magic damage.
The Hellbear's better, right? It's got to be. It's a higher level. Yeah, it's got more armor and it does slightly more damage. I guess the armor matters a little bit. If you're like trying to absolute min-max, you try to go for all of them.
Yeah, all hell bears.
But like, it doesn't really matter that much.
No, because all they're doing is just kind of sitting a bit behind your team, providing.
What a way to play Chen. Anyone can play Chen like that.
Yeah, honestly, there's no micro involved in this Chen.
You just wait, and then you pop your ulti when somebody gets gone on, and you're all good.
Yeah.
Like, I think 1437. Like his creeps have been here for the past like 3 minutes.
Yeah. Because he doesn't even do the thing that Chen's used to do, which is like scouting out and stuff and like getting information. Like, he doesn't want to lose a single one of these magic resistance creeps. He scouts out the Roshan has spawned, so that'll probably be J-Storm's next objective in line. The 30-minute bounty runes coming in. Forward have taken the right side of the map.
I don't think you can give this up. And also, Yawar's deciding to go forward the Lincolns because I think he realizes his predicament.
Yeah.
In that he can't approach a fight properly because of the items that, or the heroes that J-Storm has.
They got to hit the high ground soon. I think Snake King was the one who pinged it. I think he made the call like, guys, we have to threaten this high ground because they're going to be taking Rosh. We have to force them back if we want to be able to defend against Roshan. And if Roshan is already up, they're doing it right now, then we need something out of this. And unfortunately, a tier 3 is not what they get. Damage doesn't happen fast enough. In fact, somebody's going to get caught here, and it looks like it could be Pilot Die. Move spot on for a second. TP away, not going to happen. Taunted up. And the third duel of the game.
He barely got it there, dude.
Yeah,
the timer was just about to run out. And now you're going to go high ground again? And there's nothing really to stop you. Rezo's about to finish his Scotty. Like, the item timings are lining up real nicely.
Level 20 talent, plus a cheese on Death Prophet, Rezo with the Scotty and the Aegis.
This is really night and day, though, for the team.
Yeah, for sure.
Now it's forward playing slow and having to deal with, to resort to split pushing and tempo controlling.
Well, they're going to have to, there's no more split pushing available for Yawar. This is much the do or die situation. He's going to have to fight with his team. See if they can defend against this. Looks like J-Storm, just before they go for the high ground, want to make sure that all, or at least these two lanes that are easy to access are pushed in. Bottom, which they're going to go through, and mid, collect that creep wave. Rezo pops a spin as he sees the split earth coming his way. Yawar tries to steal a little bit of stats, but you can see how quickly he was threatened there. There is going to be the call onto you, but immediately intercepted by the lasso. He's going to pull that axe away from the Juggernaut. Now the Yules is actually going to be able to buy him a little bit of time, but the Omni Slash is still enough to finish up the axe. No buyback for Snake King, and the melee ranks quick to fall as 9 as well as Resolution are focusing it down. You can see they remain a little bit split, though, just to make sure there's no easy initiation for somebody like the Ice Path from MSS. Now they head towards mid, a split earth from CCNC. With this one exorcism, it's looking like they may actually just take 2 lanes of racks forward, pretty much have to dive in. Now the buyback comes out from Snake King as he finally gets enough gold or time, but it's a bit too late as there's only that range racks. He tries to make the call a little bit shy though. 9 is able to get away. Turns out, J-Storm, well, it's not gonna be Megas, but honestly, they've lost nothing for it. They can just wait for the next exorcism. They'll still have Aegis.
That was good trigger discipline too from Moo. He had his ult up the entire time, but once the buybacks came in, he still held it. He's like, you don't want to bait your team into a position where they have to overdive.
Yeah.
You just wait. They're taking buildings anyways. This is a game-winning move. They've done all the right things in this game so far. It's 33 minutes in. They're 1 racks away from, or 1 set, 2 range barracks.
Smoke out forward. They know they just can't wait for J-Storm to go for another high ground push. So they have to try and fight them multiple times in a row. They do manage to get the call into 2. That's beautiful. The Ice Path follow up on Legion Commander Yawar. Tries to lay out the damage on the move, but honestly, he's so tanky, they just don't have a whole lot of damage. Now Snake King's going to die to a duel. Yawar just gets surrounded. CCNC has already gone down. Yawar goes down as well, and that's just it. GG is called. Honestly, this was looking like a rough game for Forward for the last 20 minutes, and pretty much as everybody kind of talked about on the panel, which was that J-Storm just have a really nice synergistic lineup. It's not going to be a good game for Slark.